Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. So in today's video, I want to give you guys my full review of Heartland Season 16, Episode 1. But before I begin, I need to remind you guys to please leave a like on the video if you enjoy and to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for daily Heartland videos and Season 16 updates. I know I say it in every video, but leaving a like on a YouTube video is the best way to support a content creator here on YouTube. And hey, it doesn't cost you anything. So if you appreciate these videos and want to see more of them in the future, make sure to leave a like on today's video. So when it comes to Heartland Season 16, Episode 1, of course, everything I say in this video is going to be my own personal opinion. If you guys agree, if you disagree, that's fine. That's completely fine. We're all entitled to our own opinions. So when it comes to this episode, I made a video last night talking about why I found the episode to be a little bit boring. And I want to explain why I thought that originally, after watching the episode. If you guys are loyal fans of my channel and you guys watch every single one of my videos that I make, I'm assuming you watched that video. So for those of you that did, I want to explain why I felt like that originally. I have been watching a lot of movies and TV shows recently where it's like if you blink, you miss a very, very important detail. I've been watching a lot of movies and TV shows recently where every single detail matters. Every single line of dialogue that the characters say matter. Like, it will come back, and it will come back into play later on in the episode. So I've been watching a lot of fast-paced, action-filled, drama-filled, dramatic-filled episodes of TV and movies. So when I originally watched Heartland Season 16, Episode 1 last night, and I made the video talking about why I thought it was boring, it was simply because I was comparing it to those kind of TV shows. And Heartland is not a TV show like that. Heartland is a family TV show. There's no big dramatic storylines usually. So I was wrong to judge the episode like I did last night, and after thinking about it more, I don't think it was boring. I think it was a classic episode of Heartland, and I think that's important. Heartland, if you go back all the way to Season 1, Episode 1, it's always been about Amy and her love for helping horses. And I think that's what drew a lot of people in originally, so it's important that Heartland keeps that story going and that theme going. So I enjoyed Episode 1. For me, was the story my favorite? No, because I was kind of looking for a dramatic storyline, and Heartland doesn't have that. But for if you take that out of it, I loved the fact that I got to see my favorite characters again. The Heartland cast and crew and these characters mean so much to me. So to have now 15 weeks of new episodes of Heartland where I get to see Amber Marshall and Michelle Morgan and Aiden Moreno and all of those actors that I love portray some of my favorite fictional characters, I am so happy. So when it comes to this episode, some of the things that really stood out to me and that I really enjoyed were, of course, the scenes with Amy and Lindy. And I mentioned in both the videos last night, or I think both of them, at least the first one, how I really enjoyed, and it made me really happy to see that Katie and Lindy and Logan, and I'm assuming Parker, as the season progresses, will have more important storylines, because I'm going to make a whole video on this later on in the week, so stay tuned to my channel and make sure to subscribe if you want to see that video. But I'm going to be talking about why it is so important for those characters, being Lindy, Logan, Katie, and Parker, to have important storylines if you want there to be more seasons of Heartland. In fact, those characters are crucial for the future of Heartland. So to see them have a bigger role in season 16, or at least in episode 1, and I'm assuming the rest of season 16, is really important when it comes to asking the question, is there going to be a season 17, 18, 19, 20, etc. Now, I also mentioned this in last night's video as well, but I really, really love the relationship that Amber Marshall has with the Spencer twins, who of course play Lindy on Heartland. And because Amber and the twins have such a strong relationship off screen, it really makes the mother-daughter relationship of Amy and Lindy on Heartland be so believable. Sometimes when you're watching a TV show, the relationship or the connection between two actors that are playing mother and daughter, or father and son, or father and daughter, or mother and son, whatever it is, if you're playing a parent and a child relationship in a TV show, sometimes it doesn't feel genuine. And with Amber and the twins, I think that it really does, and a lot of that is because of the strong relationship that Amber has made with the Spencer twins off screen. So I really enjoyed that. I'm really interested to see what they do with Lindy's storyline in season 16. And just going off episode 1 alone, Lindy has so many lines in this episode, all of which are adorable, I might add. The Spencer twins did a fantastic job with all their lines and all their scenes. And Lindy, if I'm being completely honest, is the key to the future of Heartland. I mean, she is Amy and Ty's daughter, and she is the Miracle Girl's daughter, so she's the next generation of that story. And I'm just going to say this right now. I have no idea where Georgie is, okay? I really don't. I don't know if she's coming back. I don't know if Alicia quit. I don't know. There was unless I missed it, there was no acknowledgement of Georgie at all in last night's episode. And so that's why I'm so interested to see what they do with the younger characters in this season, because I originally thought that Alicia and Jordan Pritchett, who play Georgie and Quinn, were going to be kind of like the next Amy and Ty, but since they're nowhere to be found, the next generation, I guess, people like Katie and Lindy and Parker and Logan are our only hope, to be completely honest, for more seasons of Heartland, because Heartland is a generational show. It is about generations of a family. So the earlier seasons were about Jack and Lou and Tim and all those characters, and then the next group of seasons were about Amy and Ty and building their family, and then Ty's death and stuff like that. And then the next kind of couple of seasons, I guess, are going to be about, if they're done well, which I think they will be, are going to be about Lindy and her friends like Logan and Katie and Parker. And do you guys get how important they are? Basically what I'm trying to say is that they're important. Now, one of the scenes that I really, really, I loved, but I also didn't like because it made me really sad, was when Lindy was off at school and she was all by herself because none of the kids wanted to play with her. Let's just say that was a very relatable situation for a kid who grew up in a wheelchair. I'm just going to say that happened a lot more than I would like to admit when I was growing up, simply because no one wanted to play with the disabled girl. So that scene was really relatable. It made me really sad, and I looked at my sister when I was watching it, and I was like, this scene is too relatable for me. It's genuinely making me really sad. That being said, the Spencer twins were phenomenal. Now, next thing I want to mention is Lisa's absence, okay? Now, I'm really hoping that we see Lisa in season 16. Jessica Steen, actually, I know we will see Lisa in season 16. What I meant to say was, I hope we see her a lot in season 16. We got to see her a lot in season 15, and I really, really like that. Jessica Steen is phenomenal as the character of Lisa. I love when we get to see Lisa and Jack together, and although I have to admit that, seeing Jack without Lisa was really sad, but it was also really kind of funny, to be completely honest. And then to see Jack interact with Tim and Jessica, and the way he was interacting with them because he missed Lisa, it was sad because he was missing Lisa, obviously, but it was also hilarious. But I'm also hoping that we get to see more of Lisa because, come on, she's married to a main character of the show. Like, you can't just say she's not there all the time. And she's a great actor, so why wouldn't you have her on the show as much as possible? Now, the next thing I want to mention is something that I found so funny. So funny. I was like dying on the inside in every scene. So, Michelle Morgan. Okay, you guys know I love Michelle. You guys, if you are fans of my channel, you know how much Michelle has helped me through. But that hasn't changed, obviously. But I found it so funny how in every scene that Michelle was in as Lou, they were trying to hide her pregnancy by having her hold a bag over her stomach in every single shot. I was like, you couldn't have like found another way to cover it up. I mean, I get that it's the easiest way to cover it up, but I mean, it was just funny. Like, in every single scene she was holding a bag in front of her stomach. I was like, sure. I just found it really funny, to be completely honest. Nothing against the writers, and of course Michelle did a fantastic job, but I thought it was funny. Now, next I want to mention Rick. Well, yes, Aiden. I'm going to mention Aiden too, obviously. Now, Lou and Rick are my favorite characters on Heartland. If you've watched any one of my videos, even if you've watched 1 minute of my channel, you probably know that. Okay, so the storyline with Rick and Lou in last night's episode, I loved for a lot of reasons. I am very interested to see what they do with Rick's storyline this season, and by him I mean Rick and his husband Carl adopting a baby. I'm really interested to see how the writers go about that and how big of a storyline it actually is. I'm hoping that we get to see Carl in season 16 because we still have no idea who he is, and I'm also hoping we get to see the baby as well, and I'm just really interested to see where that storyline goes and how the writers go about writing it. And then as well, Aiden did a fantastic job as well. Of course he did. Like, he nails every single scene. Like, I need more of Lou and Rick in the show, please, because Michelle and Aiden do a fantastic job whenever they are on screen together. I am beaming from ear to ear the entire time. And also, the amount of attitude and sass that Rick was giving in episode 1, I was living for every single minute of it. I loved it. And now, the final thing I want to mention I have one more thing to mention. So the last two things I want to mention is Jessica and Tim, and then the character of Logan. So I'm going to be very honest with you guys and say that when Jessica was introduced into the show, I wasn't expecting her to be a main character. Okay? I really wasn't. She was introduced as Lou's boss, and then she was quickly introduced as Tim's new wife. Now, I understand that the whole point of the storyline was that they got married out of the blue. I get that, but I was really hesitant at first because I was like, okay, this character that we know nothing about is now married to a main character of the show, and we literally know nothing about her. I'm really nervous to see how this goes. And I am pleasantly surprised with how much I am beginning to like Jessica's character. I loved the interactions in episode 1 with Jack, Tim, and Jessica. I thought they were hilarious. I thought that Sean, Michelle, and Chris did a fantastic job. It was hilarious. I was laughing. I was crying. It was great. Now, one thing I'm really excited to see in season 16 is the episodes with Shane. We know that Tim's son Shane is coming back or in season 16, I should say. I think it's going to be like in episode 7, 8, 9, maybe around that timing. Just going off when the filming was taking place and when Sam Duke, who plays Shane, was on set, and kind of the episodes they were filming at the time when he was seen on set. So I would assume somewhere around episode 7, 8, and 9 is when we will see Shane. Now, friendly reminder as well, there is 15 episodes in this season as opposed to 10 episodes in the last season. So there's 5 more episodes of Heartland to enjoy this season. Do I love that? Yes. Yes, I do. And so I'm really excited to see what they do with Jessica's character moving forward, and also Tim and Jessica's relationship, and also Jessica's relationship with Amy and Lou. And then last thing I want to mention is the character of Logan. I absolutely love Logan. His character, I think, is a great addition to Heartland. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is how people in the fandom, not everyone, but some people, are going to compare Logan to Ty and say that Logan is just a replacement for Ty. Because I can understand that argument, but I can also argue the other way as well and say that he is completely different to Ty. And I'm just wondering what the writers are going to do with his character going forward, because I love the relationship that he has with Amy, and Drew Davis, who plays Logan in Heartland, does a fantastic job, and I really want his character to have a bigger role in the show as the seasons go on, and if there is a season 17, 18, 19, 20, etc. And also, in last night's episode, when he being Logan was there for supper, he was seen in the background playing with Lindy, I believe, and that was just adorable. Like, I loved that. So I really do like his character, and it seems like going off of the preview for next week's episode, his role is just going to keep getting bigger and bigger as this season progresses. At least that's what I'm hoping for, because I really do enjoy his character. But I've been talking for 19 minutes now, and that is way too long. Honestly, I could be here talking about Heartland for hours, you guys know that, but I'm going to stop now because I'm sure you guys have other things to do. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like on it, and of course, drop a comment down in the comment section and let me know what you guys thought of episode 1 of Heartland season 16. And also, if you guys could please subscribe, especially if you want us to be up to date on everything Heartland related. Make sure to subscribe and turn on my notifications. That way you'll never miss out on another Heartland video in the future. And again, friendly reminder, everything I said in this video was just my own personal opinion. If you guys disagree, if you agree, that's great. If you disagree, that's completely fine too. But anyway, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.